शङ्कारूपेण मच्चित्तम् शङ्कारूपेण मच्चित्तम् पङ्कीकृतमभूद्यया पङ्कीकृतमभूद्यया किङ्करीयस्य सा माया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये.
Salutations to the great master Sri Shankaracharya. Every philosophy and every system in the world, especially in India, owes much to the greatest thinker of the world, the one and only Sri Shankaracharya. The name Shankaracharya is perhaps the greatest in the history of India in philosophical and psychological lines. Even if it be hundreds of years back, yet he stands there alone like the ever-shining star, glorious, wonderful. Such is the greatness of Sri Shankaracharya. The words of Sri Balagangadhara Tilak in his Gita Rahasya clearly asserts that Bharata Varsha is yet to produce another visionary like Sri Shankaracharya, the promulgator of the Advaita system. Advaita system is the base for all philosophies of the world. There is nothing which Shankara has not told. There is nothing extra available in scriptures that needs another view to look into. Men of great sense who specialized in the Advaita system observed that it is the most significant system of philosophy that has been safeguarding the Sanatana Dharma even to this day. Very aptly, his birthday is celebrated as the Philosopher's Day all over the world. The greatest epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, it is very difficult to say whether the authors of these great epics created great characters like Rama and Krishna, or is it the greatness of the characters like Rama and Krishna that influenced the authors to write these great epics. Very hard to say. These two works in turn have influenced several others who have authored, who have written Ramayana and Mahabharata in different languages, which mainly rely on the original Ramayana and Mahabharata. Many of these works have often deviated from the original, and it is even interesting to note that these deviations are more famous than the original story. Similarly, in the case of Sri Shankaracharya, it is crystal clear that his personality, his works, his contributions in re-establishing the Sanatana Dharma, all these factors alone have influenced many people across the world who were more than glad to write the life history of this greatest philosopher of the world. But it is also true that the authors who have written the life history of Sri Shankaracharya were carried away by the feeling that they belonged to the greatest lineage, have decorated the stories by inserting some unscientific myths, events which have become a point of discussions, especially for the hate mongers. We shall try to analyze these issues one by one. As we already know that there are more than thousands of books written by various authors in different languages on the life history of Shankaracharya, which mainly rely upon the Madhaviya Shankara Vijaya. Now let us try to analyze the variants and contradictions among these Shankara Vijayas. To start with, let us try to know how all the Shankara Vijayas have depicted the birth of Shankaracharya. All the original main texts like Madhaviya Shankara Vijaya, Chitsukha's Bruhat Shankara Vijaya, Prachina Shankara Vijaya, Shankara Vijaya Vilasa, Shankara Mandara Saurabha, and 13 other Shankara Vijayas unanimously agree with the fact that Shankara was born to Shivaguru and Aryamba. most of them tally and borrow stories from one another. Whereas 2 or 3 not so famous Shankara Vijayas written by Anantanandagiri, Govindanatha and another unknown author have tried to mystify the birth of Sri Shankaracharya. Let us try to examine the story as narrated by Anantanandagiri, a 16th 17th century author in his Shankara Vijaya. Surprisingly, the author retains details of Shankaracharya's great-grandfather's and grandfather's name. The story goes like this. Parameshwara, the god of gods, descended on earth in the form of Akashalinga named Chidambareshwara in Chidambarapuram. A Brahmin by name Vidyadhiraja, along with his wife Kamakshi, served Chidambareshwara with utmost devotion. Pleased by their service, the Lord blessed them with a daughter called Vishishta, an ardent devotee of Lord Parashiva. Their daughter was married to a worthy Brahmin called Vishwajit. Ever since the time of marriage, the newlyweds were spending most of their time in the meditation of the Lord Chidambareshwara. One day, while Vishishta was meditating deeply at Chidambareshwara's Sannidhi, a gorgeous, gleaming gaze entered her eyes with a distinctive face. All the devotees who saw it were amazed. She became pregnant with the grace of Sri Chidambareshwara. The womb began to grow day by day like the rising sun in the east. Vishishta slowly developed difficulty in walking. Her body bent due to the weight of the womb. She started disliking hot and sore foods. Thus, even though Vishishta was pregnant and suffering, one day suddenly Vishwajit renounced the world, went into the forest seeking the knowledge of the self. The story continues and the author says Vishishta gave birth to Shankaracharya after 10 months of pregnancy. There is a peculiar error which has sneaked into the printed book. The original manuscript says that Vishwajit left his wife when she was pregnant, ignoring the fact that she was already into her 3rd month's pregnancy and was facing a lot of difficulties. Just by changing the order of one sentence, the above purport in the printed stuff says that Vishwajit renounced and went into the forest for meditations, and later, after 3 months, Vishishta became pregnant. This seems to be a deliberate act to cause damage to the image of the great philosopher. The hate mongers have taken undue advantage of this mistake and are trying to degrade the birth of Shankaracharya and his followers. I have discussed this issue in length in my book called The Glory of Shankara. This story, either way, is baseless and fit to be rejected. In the next episode, we shall try to analyze the Kushmanda Shankara Vijaya. Hari Om Tat Sat.